that was me just hyping up the boys a little bit before we got into the first test of the Big Cypress Enduro out here in Robertsdale, Alabama. The guy in front of me in orange, that is Dale. He's a good riding buddy of mine. And then the guy in front of him is Jasper, who we just met at the race, but he was pretty much playing cat and mouse with us all day today. It was awesome. You will notice up here in the top right, I put a little link to my first ever race. This is my second ever race, and I think I did a lot better. One, I have a different bike. I'm on the YZ250X. And two, I actually practiced for this one. So I think you'll see an insane difference if you want to go check that out. Again, it's up there in the top right. This is Jasper now in front of me. He told me afterwards that he fell and tucked the front here on the first test, and then Dale passed him, so now he's just in front of me. So I was kind of chasing after him a little bit, playing a little bit of catch up and then fall behind, and I was just kind of getting my bearings here, getting a feel for the ground. It was a softer course out there, a lot of sandy, loose dirt for the most part, and we were only on row 8, so it wasn't super broken in yet, but honestly I'd prefer to be in the earlier rows than the later ones, because the later ones probably had some insane ruts to deal with here. Again, Jasper out in front of me, I think he's on a YZ250F, I think. Jasper, if you're watching this, go ahead and correct me. I know it's a Yamaha, but you were riding insane today, and I really enjoyed racing with you because he was able to, I was able to beat him on the first couple, and then he was able to come back and beat me on the last one. So it was cool. It was actually right here. That was a very common mistake for me, was washing out the front like that. And I lost a little bit of time on Jasper. Then I was able to catch back up, and that was when I kind of realized that I was going a little bit faster than him, and that's when I really started trying to push for a pass and basically ask him to let me by, because he was a nice guy. I'm not going to be a jerk or anything like that and just pass him without him knowing I could cause a crash or something like that, because I'm not that good. But washing out the front was a big issue for me today. My cornering was not super good. I'm going to be practicing my cornering a lot before the next race. I'd like to really improve on it. I think I can save a ton of time. I ended up being very middle of the pack C-class on this race. I think I ended up taking 4th. So not great, but also not terrible. It's a good point to jump off from. I learned a lot from this race again. And right there, that's where Jasper let me by, and I was able to kind of take off. I probably should have passed him a little bit earlier. I probably could have saved some time, but you know, I was just getting warmed up, and again, this is only my second race, so I'm not trying to break any records or anything like that. This first test was only about 3 miles long, so it ended up taking me about 10 minutes, I think. It was the shortest of all of the tests today. There were 5 total tests. I liked that it started with the short one so that I could kind of get it out of the way. I was cramping up a ton in my arms. It was insane. I was all pumped up on adrenaline. Right there, that's one of my subscribers probably. He's there rooting me on. I love it when my fans come out to the races to support me. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, you need to. Oh, look here. Here's a couple more. On the left, she's filming. On the right, she's filming too. She's a little more incognito about it, but awesome to see my fans out here all cheering me on. Super cool guys coming out to see old Oliver on his YZ250X race bike, get after it. Again, shout out to my fans. I appreciate all of you. This is how we did on the first test. 10 minutes, 33 seconds, about middle of the pack. If you compare me to the rest of C-Class and even the C30 Plus, I included the C30 Plus in there because I'm 32 years old. So I thought it would be interesting to everybody to see where I fell in that as well, because it's kind of a question that a lot of people have is, should I be just C-Class or should I be C30 Plus, or, you know, for that matter, whatever class you're in, you know, say B-Class, should I be in B-Class or should I do the age B-Class? You know, I've just been doing normal C-Class, but maybe on the next one I'll try C30 Plus, and I think I'll probably end up about the same. I was kind of comparing times, and both of them I was very middle pack. So I don't think it really matters too much, but maybe I'll try that on the next one. This right here is test 2. You saw Dale out in front of me. He just totally took off on me again. Super fast. First 2 tests for Dale, and then he ended up hitting the wall a little bit on the final 3. But that's okay. That just leaves room for improvement for him. He was saying that he was going to try to get that endurance up and try to be able to keep that race pace the whole time. And that's what it's all about. We're all just learning out here. Speaking of learning, right here, boom. Nice save. I'll give myself that, but I totally washed the front. Again, highlighting my number one issue out there, which was cornering. Kind of sweeping turns wasn't a big deal, but when I was hitting these corners, I wish I kind of had my seated cornering technique a little more dialed. I think I could have saved a lot of time in those. Next time, I think I'm going to come more prepared for some cornering. I've already started practicing. You can see here where I fell. I was 5th in my class with 21 minutes and 27 seconds. So again, middle of the pack there. Very consistent, so that's good. Here we are at the start of test 3. Dale stalled at the start, so I went ahead and took the lead. I was a little nervous to start out in front, especially in front of Dale, because he'd been faster than me in the past couple tests. So I actually think that made me a bit faster, though, because I knew he was behind me and I didn't want to wreck his race or anything like that. So it gave me the motivation to go ahead and hurry up. And honestly, I think it was the best thing for me because I started really turning it on here, and I kind of kept that going for the rest of the tests during the day, and I was very happy with my pace, especially in those final 3 tests. This whole entire test was pretty much turn, and then whooped out, and then turn, whooped out, turn, whooped out. A lot of straights, but the straights had some interesting pieces to it. So either a little chicane or maybe like a little bit of whoop section, that kind of thing, some braking bumps, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it was pretty much 180 turn, then you go straight for a little while, then 180 turn, or at least attempt to turn. There you go again. There's another washed out front. You can see where I can save time. So one of the things I like about making these videos is I get to rewatch the race and I get to think about things that I can improve on, and that had to be my biggest one, was those turns. The ones where I needed to be seated, a lot of the turns I could make that were standing were good because I'd been practicing a lot of my standing technique. I'd say 90% of the race I did it standing up, but especially those tighter turns, it really helps to be able to sit effectively through the turn. Getting that weight forward, sticking the leg out, that kind of thing, looking where you want to go. And I hadn't practiced it very much, to be honest. So for the next one, I'm going to do more of that. But this is how I did on the 3rd test, 32 minutes, 59 seconds. Again, 5th place in my class. So like I was saying, consistent. Very middle pack against the C30 plus guys as well. It was pretty much like that for me all day long. And I'm sorry to say that I don't have good film of the 4th and 5th tests, because in the 4th test I actually fell early on and it knocked my GoPro to point straight down, so then it was just looking at my gas tank. So there's really not much to see there, and then the other one ran out of battery. So that was that.
All right, here we are. We just finished. It's over. Dale's tired. I'm tired.
I was able to get that little clip there at the end with my phone just to see how tired we were. It was awesome. Overall, like I said, 4th place in class. The guy in front of me, he was not too far ahead to where I couldn't catch him if I eliminated some mistakes. So I think I can definitely be on the podium next time. We'll see. Thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.